So you have to understand that the negotiation process is very important, and that you have a voice and you get to determine how often you want to get paid, how the invoicing process is going to work, how you're going to work with the agency, or if you want to work with them at all. Like if you want them to do quality insurance, or you want them to approve before they sign off on your work and your invoice and all that stuff is negotiable. You have to master negotiation, right? Of course, even if you land a contract, um, the agency will give you a contract based off old outdated terms that they done pulled records and just say, hey, we've done this before. We'll just put the same wording and all that stuff in it. They'll give you that, right? And it works, right? However, contracts are negotiable. So you have to read. You have to be an avid reader and read thoroughly, because if it's something in the terms that you don't like, that don't mean that if you push back and say, hey, I prefer to add this to it, whatever, to protect yourself and your company, protect your revenues, protect your, however you want to do it. Like, it doesn't mean they're going to pull back the contract. They've already awarded it to you, right? So during the process, before you sign, there's a period where you can negotiate. You can negotiate your payment terms. So you don't have to just take what they give you. Like, hey, I'm gonna pay you every 90 days. Well, my business can't float for 90 days. I need you to pay me every 30 days, right? That's a part of the negotiation process, right? Well, I'm gonna pay you X amount. Well, I'm gonna pay you, I'm not gonna pay you until all the work is done. Well, I need to be able to invoice you um as I hit certain milestones, because I cannot wait a year to invoice you for the whole thing. I need to be invoicing you. Like, so you have to understand that the negotiation process is very important, and that you have a voice and you get to determine how often you want to get paid, how the invoicing process is going to work, how you're going to work with the agency, or if you want to work with them at all. Like if you want them to do quality insurance, or you want them to approve before they sign off on your work and your invoice and all that stuff is negotiable. And so that is highly important, because now you're in a game where everything is under a contract, right? So you have to understand how to master negotiating that contract so that it fits you and suits you, right? You down to the point to where because a lot of times, especially when you have subcontracts, or landing subcontracting opportunities, which is one of the fastest ways, right? I believe, to land contracts, because there's a lot of people, prime contractors out there, who are looking for subs. Like, they're looking to help meet their goals. Like, they're looking for you to help them meet their goal of utilizing small businesses and meeting those terms, right? And so when it comes to subcontracting, like, it's very important to understand the relationship between you and the prime, because you don't have a contract with the agency. You have a contract as a sub with the prime. If you have a contract if you're a prime contractor, then your contract is directly with the agency. But either way, you want to be able to master the negotiation process so that it can work in your favor. And a lot of times when you have the prime contractors that are utilizing subs, sometimes this really does happen. They utilize you to get the contract, and then they won't utilize your service, which means there's no money coming to you, coming to you at all. And so in the negotiation process, you want to make sure that you have wording that says you have to use me, right? And you have to use me at least 100% of what you listed me for. Or if you don't utilize my service, you still have to pay me in a such and such time frame out of this contract. All that stuff is important, like, to as a part of the negotiation process. You want to make sure all those terms serve you. Okay. So question is, does the government buy copyright to images? If you want to, copyright, do they buy copyright to the images that you, yeah. So it depends. That's a part of the negotiation process. So you can actually increase the price to let them own the images, or you can actually include a licensing fee for them to utilize the image. So that's all a part of the negotiation process, right? Or they can outright just own it. You can just be like, hey, what y'all paying me? Y'all can have this. I don't even care. As long as I can use it for my portfolio that shows that I've done it with you, what am I going to do with y'all pictures anyway? Right. So it's all a part of the negotiation process, but that's a really good question. Can you certify at less than six figures? Yes, you can. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Valerie. Yes, you can. So, it's just easier for six figure businesses to take their business to like $1 million real fast, much faster, right? If you're making less than six figures, this still works for you, right? It doesn't cross you out or leave you out of the equation. That you can get certified if you've made $1, right? It's just that if you're just starting in business and where you are in revenue, those are two separate things, right? If you're just starting in business, then we have to deal with that, right? There's a lot of growth and development that we have to do as a business to get you up to speed. And even still 6 to 12 months, like you can still land within that time frame. I'm not saying it'll take you that long, but I'm just saying give yourself 6 to 12 months. It will change your life, right? If you're not just starting in business, but you've been stuck at under 20,000. Like I say that number because that's where I was before government contracting changed my life and gave me, 70,000 for 28 days, right? Or however much that is per hour. Like it was ridiculous. And then to land multiple contracts, like to manage multiple contracts, like you're making six figures a month, right? With government contract, it allows you to be in a position to be able to do that. Most people dream to make six figures in a year. With government contracts, you can make six figures per month. Literally, it can change your life. You could be the next testimonial who shares how government contracts can change your life. And like Tiffany said, we give you the step by step. Like if I told you go A to Z and then make a left turn at C, right? Who can't follow that? Go A to Z and then make a left turn at C. That's exactly how we roll it out. Like we show you step by step what you need to do to get pre-qualified for government contracts. So make sure to join us, get yourself registered.